All right, this video is part 3 of our review of polynomials, and we're picking up with number 10. We need to review graphing quadratic functions. All right, we know they're going to be parabolas. Number 10a, first of all, you have to make your own chart. Normally I give you a little chart. You have to make your own chart this time. Okay, so just make your own little chart. How do you know what goes in the middle of your chart, you guys? Right, the middle is right here. Do you guys remember how to know what goes in the middle? But how? How will you know which is your vertex? Yeah, that little formula. I was looking for what Price just said. Remember, opposite of b over 2a. That's how we find the x value of the vertex and the axis of symmetry. So let me just zoom in real quick. Okay, so remember, if I do x equals opposite of b over 2a, that's going to give me the x value of the vertex. So in this case, opposite of b, so that's negative 8 over 2 times 2. That's negative 8 over 4. That's negative 2. Okay, so that tells us to put negative 2 as the x value of the vertex. And then we go from there. Okay, so we'll have, can somebody put this in your calculator for me? So we'll have negative 1, no, I'm doing it backwards. Nah, I'm failing. That's all right, we'll get over it. Worth. Quiet mode, brother. Not really. Okay, so these would be my x values. Can somebody give me the y values that go with these x values? Anyone? Negative 10.
Oh, wait, negative 2,
Negative 2, negative 10.
I'm talking about x, negative 2. You're wrong. The vertex is negative 2, negative 10.
Oh, the vertex is negative 2, negative 10. No, it's not a good time. Sit down. All right, and then what? What's the next y value? Negative 8. Okay, so obviously we could have gotten all that off of our calculator using the table feature. Okay, well, let's pretend we did that. So negative 4, negative 2, negative 3, negative 8, negative 2, negative 10. Well, that's right on the borderline. Okay, can you give me an extra value? I have a feeling another value will fit.
You're wrong.
1, 8. Or negative 5, 8. All right? Don't forget to include the extra value if it fits. It's mandatory. It's not optional. Uh-oh, Cooper's frowning. What's wrong, Cooper? Okay, so there's our parabola. You go ahead and graph that up. Okay. All right, so that's how you would do number 10a. All right, the key is that whole opposite of b over 2a thing. Now, what I really wanted to review was how to take a function and write it in vertex form. It's been a long time since we did this, and it was a little tricky. Okay, writing in vertex form, that involved completing the square. Okay, so let me remind you of how this worked. We went like this. First of all, we have to move this negative 2 over to the other side of the equation. Okay? So I'm going to add 2 to both sides to get that out of the way. So that makes this f of x plus 2 is equal to 2x squared plus 8x. Okay? Now, it's been a while since we did this, so really, really pay attention. Now, at some point, we're going to do half the middle and square it. But it's not time for that yet because we have this 2 in the front. We have to pull that outside of parentheses. So I'm going to take this 2 and I'm going to pull it out as a common factor. Okay, so that's going to leave behind x squared plus 4x. Okay, now Now is where we do half of the middle and we square it. Okay, so look at that 4. All right, what's half of the middle? 2. What's 2 squared? 4. So I'm going to put a plus 4 in that space right there. Am I going to put a plus 4 on the left side to balance it out? No. Normally we got to multiply it by 2. This is not really a 4 right here. Because of the distributive property, this is really 2 times 4. It's an 8. Okay? So that means I need to put an 8 on the left side to balance it out, not a 4. That's the trickiest part. Did you catch that? Do you remember that? It's been a while. Okay, the rest is easy. That was the hard part's over. Okay, so that's going to give us f of x plus 10 equals, and then we'll factor this down. All right, this will always factor as the same thing twice. That's why we picked it. All right, so we have f of x plus 10 is equal to 2 times, and we'll write it as x plus 2 squared because it's the same thing twice. All right, last step is just to subtract that 10 from both sides. So that's why the final answer is f of x equals 2 times parentheses x plus 2 squared minus 10. Okay, so this is vertex form. Now, we should be able to look at this and know what the vertex is, shouldn't we?
Yes.
Remember how we do the vertex? We do the opposite of the inside number, and then the outside number stays the same. So that should be negative 2, comma, negative 10. Okay? So this helps us check because this was the same equation that we just graphed. Is that the same vertex that we got last time?
Yes.
Yeah, negative 2, negative 10 is what we got last time. And look, negative 2, negative 10, same vertex. Again, the directions are to find the vertex form. So there's nothing you can do on your calculator. This in the box is the answer. We did put that in the calculator. Yes. Yes, sir. That equation helped us know which number to make sure we put in the middle. Okay? Any questions on number 10? A little review of our parabola graphing and vertex form. Yes? Oh, it's always the opposite of the inside number. And then the outside number stays the same. Okay? All right. Let's move on. So we did number 10.